The Nintendo Switch 2 is finally upon us, and it has landed quite well with fans and critics alike. But in terms of the exclusive games which are available at launch, outside of Mario Kart World, which is superb by the way, it leaves a little bit to be desired. So I wanted to make this video to take a look at some upcoming Switch 2 games I can't wait to get my hands on. But just before that, I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe to the channel. According to my YouTube analytics, most of you who watch these videos aren't actually subscribed. And it would mean the world to me if we could change that. So if you would like to support the channel and stay notified of future videos, hit that subscribe button. And also don't forget to let me know down below in the comments which upcoming Switch 2 games you are most excited for. Hollow Knight is a fantastic Metroidvania style game which came out back in 2017 with honestly a superb art style, thrilling music and top-notch gameplay. In the follow-up game you will take on the role of Hornet, previously featured in the first game as both a boss and an ally at various points throughout the story. Hornet is more agile than the Knight and has a variety of interesting abilities. I'd imagine it will follow suit with the first game where you start out with minimal abilities and unlock new ones as you progress, with different build options to switch around for certain tasks and playstyles. Boss fights, as expected, will be challenging, and from what we've seen, they look top draw. Honestly, don't think the blood vessels have recovered in my head from the Mantis Lord fights in the first game, so it'll be interesting to experience my first brain aneurysm after the boss fights in Silksong. And speaking of challenging boss fights and burst blood vessels, if Metroidvania games aren't really your thing, there's at least a better chance that you're a fan of Souls-like games.
I give you my blood. I give you my life. Turn, O wheel.
It always just sort of hits you directly in the feels when you see a trailer for a brand new From Software IP, and the Duskbloods seems awfully reminiscent of a beloved classic. This probably will be the closest that we're ever going to get to a Bloodborne sequel, but I've got a sneaky feeling that it will be a worthy spiritual successor. It also just needs to be said that this is a massive W for Nintendo, with it being a Nintendo published title. It will almost certainly be a Switch 2 exclusive. There's not a lot to go from here in all fairness, as no gameplay footage has really been made available, but it's a From Software title, so I'd be expecting solid gameplay with a focus on precision and timing in combat. I mean, we all know these Souls-like combat formula at this stage. Boss fights will be superb and deeply challenging and engaging. It's expected in 2026, but Switch 2 owners will have a different From Software title to keep them occupied in the meantime.
This world is in dire need of repair. You can see them, can't you?
Elden Ring may just be the greatest video game ever made. It's become the standard for action-adventure RPGs for many generations to follow, and to think this wonderful game and its DLC is going to be nicely packaged onto a mainstream handheld console is incredible. The port is a collaborative effort between From Software and Nintendo, so I'd expect a very high quality release with this one. Despite this, I'd probably still expect this to be a 30 FPS experience. I mean, the PS5 Pro and the Series X both struggle to hold a consistent 60 FPS with Elden Ring, but with that aside, it's Elden Ring on the go. What more can you ask for? And it's coming in 2025. On the downside though, I'd probably expect that this will be a fully priced title somewhere in the region of 80 to 90, obviously depending on your region, which, if I'm being completely honest, is absolutely criminal for a 3-year-old game port to be retailing at full price. But Nintendo is going to do Nintendo things. And speaking of Nintendo things, there isn't quite anything more Nintendo than Metroid Prime. Though it has admittedly kind of felt like Nintendo themselves have forgotten about the series, at least for a little while, but it is back with a bang. The long-awaited fourth entry into the critically acclaimed FPS series will see Samus making her highly anticipated return to the mainstream after an extended absence. Metroid Prime 4 will introduce the new psychokinetic gimmick, granting Samus the ability to manipulate beams, objects, doors, and magnetic puzzles. Samus dons a new suit with metallic red, gunmetal grey and flamboyant purple. Visually, the game looks beautiful with high-resolution textures and incredibly smooth performance. The game is rumoured to feature a 4K fidelity mode running at a sweet 60 FPS and a 1080p performance mode running at a crisp 120 FPS, which almost feels too good to be true. The game itself will unfold on a lush alien jungle planet named Vuros, filled with many new enemies, ancient relics and alien factions to discover. Scheduled for release later in 2025, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond promises to deliver an iconic Samus adventure enriched with next-gen polish and narrative depth. I find I'm incredibly excited to dive headfirst into this one.
What you doing up there?
I'm just fixing some leaks.
Seriously, dude, you got some time on your hands. I got some properties with paying tenants.
Oh, that's why you came by?
Just go get me my checks.
See you, Brian.
And if my anticipation for Metroid Prime 4 is considered high, then for GTA 6 it's probably somewhere in the stratosphere. There's no official confirmation by either Rockstar or Nintendo that the next adventure in the GTA world will make its way onto Nintendo's new shiny hybrid console, but if there was ever an opportunity for Nintendo to make a statement and solidify themselves as the kings of the console market, then that would be in securing a port of the most anticipated game of our generation onto the Switch 2. GTA 6 is widely expected to see a release in 2026, and if that does indeed come to fruition and the Switch 2 does see a port, I don't think we will see that port in 2026, simply because Rockstar have a knack for spacing out their releases and remasters. Truthfully though, I think it is incredibly likely that GTA 6 will come to Switch 2 eventually, but most probably with some visual downgrades in order to run on the downgraded hardware, which is about on par with a PS4 Pro. But let me know in the comments down below if you think GTA 6 will make it onto the Nintendo Switch 2 and what other games that you are excited for. That's going to be it for this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with future videos, and I shall catch you all on the next one.
We gotta protect each other.
You and me, bro.